Freddie. Hey, I'm James.
And I'm Jake.
And we are here today with a review. This is the first time we've done a review. And if you like the review, let us know down below in the comments and we'll do more of these. So, the first review, what we're going to do is a custom seat. When you buy a Harley-Davidson or any motorcycle, really the first thing you do traditionally is you change the seat. A Harley, we call it the Harley tax, right? You change your pipes and your seat. That's it. Everybody does it, and there's a reason for that. So let me just grab a stock seat. This is a stock seat from a Road King. It's a nice looking seat. It's chunky, maybe a little chunkier than some people like, but there are a couple of things which makes this seat not optimal to ride with. One of them
is these rivets.
Well, the rivets, but that's aesthetically, the rivets are not brilliant.
But that's bad enough that I took it off of mine.
That's fair enough, but watch this. It's bendy.
It's
the reason is plastic. It's a not brilliant plastic that covers the bottom of the seat, so it makes it very flexible, which, as you can imagine, if you're riding and you weigh a little bit, your seat's doing that. Next, you got this foam. All right, now traditionally stock motorcycle seats, they use what is called a low density foam, which is like this. So when you sit on it, you go, oh, that's quite comfortable. You sort of squish into it, but the problem is,
after you ride this long,
yeah,
you push through that low density foam.
You just
and
go
what this
right
creates is you start riding on the pan of the seat. Now, if the pan of the seat is plastic, like we discussed earlier, that's not very good, and it's not very comfortable, and you start to absorb the impact from the motorcycle.
Oh.
Now, all this is here to indicate is stock Harley seats aren't the worst in the world, believe me.
I've sat on other seats, some of them are terrible, absolutely.
I've even ridden countless miles on a stock Harley seat, just because I liked the look of it. As a matter of fact, I have a Badlander now.
You do have a stock seat.
It's not the worst in the world. It's a Harley seat. It's not god-awful terrible once you break it in. But in essence, what we're saying about the stock Harley seat is not necessarily it's bad. It's just that if you have one, you shouldn't.
There are better ways. Now, this is from a company called LePera. LePera have been around since the early 70s. They were started by a chap called Bob LePera.
In 1972.
72, I believe. He ran the company for a long time. Sadly, he passed away in 2008, I believe. Now it's run by his daughter and his son, Bob Jr. and Christine. Big shout out to Christine for sending us this LePera seat to review.
She autographed it.
She did autograph it. We'll show you later. It's fantastic. So this is the Outlast seat. Is it? So this is the Outcast seat by LePera. You look like you were going to say something. You're going to say something? No. No. Okay.
Is it a problem if I say something?
No, it's not a problem. I'm just saying you look like you were going to go.
So combative today, guys.
Guys, was it combative? Didn't he look like he was going to say something?
He needs a drink or something.
Oh, I always need a drink. But this is not just the standard Outcast. This is what LePera call the Daddy Longlegs Outcast, which gives you about 2 extra inches in the seat pan area here, which is perfect for somebody like myself, who's 6'2", or even somebody like Jake. You're about 6 foot, right? You're just hitting that 6 foot mark.
6'1", something like that.
Even he on this does fit a little bit better. It just pushes it back a little bit, gives you, I know you're all cut off, it gives you just a little bit more room. So what makes a LePera seat so different from a stock Harley seat?
Well, I can tell you the first thing. Marathon gel. Guys, if you don't believe in it, you're wrong.
Yeah, what you have here is a very high density foam. Remember we said on the stock seat it's a low density foam, which feels when you first sit in you go, oh, that's quite nice. After an hour or two you're going, ooh, I've gone all the way through this. This has what they call their marathon foam, which is super high density even. Take my teeth out. So it's firmer. So when you first sit on these seats, it feels firm, and that's the idea. You may say it was counterintuitive, James. Why would a firm seat be more comfortable? It just is. It's science, people. It's just science.
A foam seat?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just science.
Science?
Science. I'll explain the science to you. Remember on the other seat, you sit on it, it compresses and you're hitting the seat pan. On this, it compresses, but it doesn't compress very much, so it actually forms to your posterior.
I like that
I
word.
like that.
What he means is tush tush.
The tush tush. It forms to it perfectly. These do have about 1,000-mile break-in period. So when you're ridden on it, I've been riding this for about a week now solidly, and it's starting to sort of take shape to me, starting to feel really, really good. It feels good when you first get on it. It's starting to feel a lot better now. I've got about 500 miles on it or so, and it is starting to feel fantastic. So the Marathon foam, that's the big thing. And then when we flip it over, the seat pan. It's
now
metal.
that, my friends, is not plastic.
This is metal, and
This
that is
not
important
Mom's
because
Tupperware dish.
no, this is Granddad's coffee cup. Yeah, that's what this is. So when Jake was saying earlier, the plastic, you start to feel the vibrations on the bike. With this, you've got the high density foam, which doesn't allow you to sink to the seat, but then you've got this, which is massively rigid, so you can't move it. It's
I'm telling
immovable.
you, I know he's a weak tick, guys, but I couldn't even do it.
No, it's fantastic. So the metal's powder coated, which looks fantastic. Then they put this carpet on, which stops any scratches from getting on your paint. And you got these little rubber jobbies right here. They absorb more vibration from the motorcycle. Everything about it, it's just right.
Something I have to point out, because obviously I don't expect that every viewer out there watching this, or in general, is even paying attention considering getting another seat, is by any means qualified to be a mechanic or has really had any custom work or experience in that field. But from a guy that sees a lot of different things that are one-off and a lot of things that are even mass-produced, something I can tell you is that if you find the top of it to look this good, that's a good start. This is a phenomenal looking seat, and even at the profile you can just see it's slick looking. But let me tell you where the magic really happens with a high quality aftermarket part. It's the parts you can't see. And to get it a little closer so you can, a job this well done in the part you can't see should indicate to you a lot when you're investigating products as such. If it looks pretty and shiny at first, but 6 months down the road it's garbage, that's not great. But if it looks really, really good from the beginning, you can see the time and the detail and the dedication that goes into something. That is an indicator it's going to last a long time. They took their time. They really made it a point to have superior quality right here. And that's one of the things I've always been a LePera guy. I run a Daytona on one of my soft tails. I run a bare bones on the Heritage. I'm a big fan of LePera seats and always have been. Not that I'm not a big fan of other seat companies. I've seen good stuff, but this has just personally been my go-to for years.
Yeah, it's like you say, it's the attention to detail, it's the craftsmanship, everything about it. They made it right here in America, in Los Angeles. So you are buying a quality seat, and yes, you may get a little bit of sticker shock when you first look at it, but
it's worth every penny.
Worth every penny,
because
and more.
3 years from now,
and more,
this is going to be there, and it's going to be broken in, and you're not going to want to change it. You might even redo the whole bike. When I redid the first bagger, I threw my LePera at it, and it stayed on there till I got rid of the bike, and I almost swapped the seat. I did not want to get, but the guy wanted the seat, so huge fan.
So what we're going to do now is have a look how it sits on the bike and how it changes the position of you. So if you're looking for a daddy long legs, if you're over 6 foot, I would say, if you're over 6 foot, you may want to look into the daddy long legs. It changes the riding position in such a good, comfortable way.
It does.
It just makes, like my Road King fits me perfectly with this seat. With the stock seat, my knees were up a little bit. On this, everything's ironed out. It's lovely.
You know what I liked about it too was a lot of folks don't realize when you take something like this, if it's more narrow through here, that's going to feel different than if it's wide, because imagine your legs are out like this versus like this. When your feet are on that footboard on a bagger and you're at 85 and they're wanting to do this, it's because your legs are doing this. They want to follow. Something that's a little more narrow and contours the rail of the bike that just fits it better. You will fit that better. Something like this really provides, it's got a great looking silhouette too. And I hate to be vain, but it's just such a good look. I don't, not at all, not one bit. It's a Harley for a reason, okay? This looks so good on it.
Yeah, and if you need to ride with a passenger, LePera make literally dozens of different designs of seats, some which can fit a passenger. This is much more of a solo seat with kind of a taper on the back to keep the line.
No.
You want to sit on that?
I don't, but I'm not the one sitting on that.
This was specifically designed for someone that rides solo, but just kind of wants that smoothed out look too.
Was it though?
It was.
Because I feel like a pretty girl would be nice right here, and she could enjoy it. I don't listen. If he gets one of these, ride it with him. Okay. Listen, this is just as good as this.
Yeah, but there's not much of it.
Yeah, but there's not much of her.
But you can get a Daytona with more.
That's true.
See,
Actually,
LePera
that's
Daytona, you get more.
You
but
do.
it still keeps a nice sleek look to the bike. It doesn't look like a couch. So, all right.
Feels good.
It does. I
On
love
the
it.
tush tush.
I love the seat. It's brilliant. This comes with our highest recommendation. If you want to order one, you can call us. I'll put the phone number right somewhere down here. We'll give you 10% off if you order from Falcons Fury. You can also call LePera. You know, you can tell them James and Jake sent you. Probably won't do you any good, but you
They
can
might
tell
charge
them
you
that.
extra.
You can tell them exactly. But if you do mention James and Jake sent you to Falcons Fury, we will give you 10% off the seat and we'll ship it to you as well. So, without further ado, let's go see what sits on the bike.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are with a Road King special. This is the factory seat that came on it, standard seat. I'm going to sit on it. I'll show you where I sit on it. Then we'll put on the LePera Outcast, and we'll see how that sits on. What?
What?
I'm going to sit on that too. I'm going to sit on it all. We sound like we're in the happy days. Remember, it's like, sit on it, sit on it. All right. Okay, so there I don't need that. It wasn't important. So
What's with us throwing things today, James?
we're throwing everything.
We're just throwing.
So here I am on the stock seat. You can see the angle of my leg is not ideal.
The angle of the dangles off.
Let's I can't say that. So this is where I sit on that. Now to put the LePera on, and if you've never changed a stock seat, I have to get down here so you can see me. It's really easy. It takes a screwdriver. So already you've sleeked up the whole profile right here. It just looks so much better. And then when we sit on it, on the daddy long legs, it pushes you back. Look at
Look at the angle of the dangle now. It's proper.
And now it's comfortable. So if you're over 6 foot, get yourself a daddy long legs.
And if you just want to look really good, get an Outcast.
Great looking seat. Look at that. Trims up the whole bike.
Oh, I love this seat. God, I love this seat. I want to ride it.
Go ride it.
Come here.